Good day, planet Earth. Michael Litten, the last DJ, host of Ride the Vibe, playing what he wants to play, saying what he wants to play. That's a shout out to the late, great, brilliant Tom Petty, the last DJ. And we are broadcasting from the super cool, wicked, awesome DRS ATL studio right here in Roswell, Georgia. If you're looking for a hip spot to do some recording and or you're looking for a way to make some money while you sleep, well, he's also got a boutique publishing business called Verde Music. And I am super stoked to have in the studio, y'all, Squawk. And they are emerging from the speaker like some disturbed three-headed monster, bursting onto the scene with their new self-titled EP, Squawk. On the tip of your tongue, can't put your finger on it, the sound of Squawk delivers flashbacks, I can relate to those, to the 60s psychedelic rock, the flavors of the 70s prog and jam, along with an unrestrained eclecticism that evokes everything from jazz funk fusion to trash metal and cinematic soundscapes. Whoa, dude, that's a mouthful, that stuff. As experimental as Frank Zappa's Soul Patch. If you don't know Frank Zappa, man, you got to check Frank Zappa and their reference to his Soul Patch. And as comfortably Southern as the hair of Duane Allman's 1971 lamb chop sideburns. And y'all got to know about that. Welcome. Got Trevor in the studio.
Hey.
I've got Jason.
What's up?
And I got Casey.
What's happening?
That would be guitar vocals.
Yes.
Bass.
Yep.
And drums.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the vibe,
sometimes.
y'all. And
Thanks for having us.
Oh my gosh, so stoked. And for your fans that are legion and continuing to grow, but may not be familiar with the way we roll Ride the Vibe, we're going to play 6 of your songs, not in their entirety though, because we want people to go out and buy the music so you can actually make some money. So we want to direct them to www.squawkmusic.com, and they can pick up the new EP. They can pick up your new single. They can get all the information on where you all are going to play coming up and releases that are coming out, etc. So www.squawkmusic.com is where you want to go. And then we're just going to chat about the music. And we like to encourage, because it's a podcast, we like to encourage listeners to sit back in a comfortable environment, getting close to float weather, and get a beverage of their choice. And in the studio, we are featuring one of our favorites, and that would be Cathead vodka. And we've got Cathead honeysuckle. So how about that?
Yeah.
I got to take a little sip here because I haven't had any yet.
It's tasty.
The boys have been, the bass player and the drummer have been sucking it up through a straw.
If we could just figure out where in Mississippi it was
Just
from.
little nips, yeah.
Yeah. So Cathead, y'all, and Casey, you went to school down there, but you may know this expression. Cathead is a term that was used by blues musicians back in the day, and it was a compliment. So they would say of Squawk, man, Squawk is our catheads, and that and Mississippi was the last state in the Union to do away with prohibition, 65.
Mm-hmm.
And these cats from Cathead Brewery or Cathead Distillery are big fans of music. And so their tagline is support live music.
Cool.
That's great.
Nice.
So cheers to Cathead and our friends down in Mississippi.
I guess that would be cats as in like the jazz cats and then the heads as in like the psychedelic heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a hep cat.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's all good. So talk about how you guys got formed and the name. I'm very curious about that.
Kick it off, Jason.
Well, I guess out of the three of us, I was the last one to come into the fold. My compadre here, Casey. Me and him have been playing together forever.
Yeah.
And
what's that mean? Forever? Long? 10 years? Long?
Man.
This 09, probably?
Something like that. At least 10.
Here in ATL.
10, 15 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we met on a gig, on a live gig. I sat in with the band he was playing with, and 8 bars in, we were just like,
wow,
you're my guy, and that's how it's been.
Yeah.
But Casey hit me up and said, I'm working with this guy, Trevor, making some cool music. I like it, so I think you'll like it. We'll, come play, date us for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, got together. And
so you were working with Trevor.
Yeah, and we needed an ace. That's why we called Jason to play bass.
Okay.
Ace of bass.
Ace of bass, I like it.
But Trevor...
He's a cathead.
He is. He's a total cathead.
Yeah.
So I actually was a hired gun for Trevor. You had some kind of song you were doing.
Yeah, I had
Remember?
like this weird like folky country song that I kind of like pieced together a band just to make a recording.
Yeah.
And I was working with this guy, Stuart Brown. Anyway,
That's right. Yeah.
Stuart.
Yeah. And so was basically just hired to play drums on a track.
Yeah.
And it was a cool song. I don't really remember it that well, but I remember being like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Trevor just had his first kid. So he had just had his son Ash.
Ash, yeah.
And I had just had my daughter Tessa.
Okay.
And so they were like around the same age, and we were kind of like, we just immediately hit it off.
Yeah.
And he was like, if you think this is cool, I got some other stuff you need to check out. And from that point on, that was just like, he opened up a can of worms.
In a good way.
In a good way. Yeah. Cause he had a lot of stuff in the vault.
I love
And that was probably in 2016.
Yeah, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, things have just gotten weirder ever since.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, you know what Hunter said, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro.
Hey.
That would be Hunter Thompson, y'all. So, so we're gonna play 5 songs off your EP, which is an EP, amazingly.
It's most our catalog.
Yeah, and that's self-titled. But we're gonna open up with a single you have just released. Is that correct, Trevor?
Yeah, we released this in, was it November last year?
Oh, November, okay.
Yeah, late October, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's our most
recent studio
Studio
release.
release, okay.
We just recently released an acoustic live version of
Okay.
one of our songs on the first EP.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just say this is the most recent studio.
Okay, good. Beautiful. Well, Wahid, if we could cue up Bum Bum. Bum Bum off of Squawk's latest single studio release. Did I get that right?
That's
Somewhat
perfect.
right, Trevor?
That's perfect.
Well, I don't know
Got
about
it.
perfect. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to one of the members, Scott Shackelford, guitar and vocals, who had to work darn it, all those day jobs. I hate that amongst things.
It's
Meetings,
actually, I
man.
think it was a leg day today.
Oh, it was? What does that mean?
Yeah,
Casey?
I think he couldn't get out of the gym. It's leg day.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll have to explain that, I think.
He's
Later.
he's very disciplined. He has a very he's very regimented with
really?
his workouts.
Oh,
Legs,
literally leg day, like
legs,
leg press day.
presses.
He
Wow.
has huge legs,
Wow, okay.
Beautiful legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
except for his
Really?
ankles.
Oh, his ankles are
Yeah.
not good. You make fun of his ankles.
He has notoriously bad ankles.
Thin
He's got
Yeah.
those ankles.
He'll be
it's
the first
good.
to tell you.
Can't really. Wow. Now we'll cut this out, I'm sure, Scott. Not because we are pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually those gym guys though, they don't do anything in the legs. You
Yeah,
see
yeah,
a lot of them are
uh,
just skinny, and it's
I know.
Yeah, yeah,
looks like
Mhm.
you topple over.
It's like SpongeBob.
But at any rate, Scott Shackelford, a shout out to you, and I have to give a shout out to our mutual friends at a Puzzle Truck, because
Yeah.
that's how we met you all at Mad Life.
Mhm.
Talk a little bit about what that show. It seemed a little unfair to me, to Wahid and I, because they had all originals
Mhm.
except for that cover band.
Right.
Well, how did they work that? What was the format supposed to be? Kind of.
We were asking the same question,
Oh, you were?
actually. Yeah,
Okay.
we were kind of like,
Right.
okay, this is like a Breaking Band's like kind of like on the scene with
Yeah,
original ideas.
New
you know what I
original
mean?
music,
Right. Like original band showcase.
Yes.
And yeah, all of a sudden,
Here's this cover band.
yeah,
coming
there's
out.
this cover band that played probably twice as long as they
Right.
were
Everybody else.
supposed to. Yeah. And
I think it may have been like just like a money grab, like for tickets, like
yeah,
just for
right.
extra tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like a negative thing, money grab,
No,
whatever.
right.
But
Like
yeah,
Mad Life. We all love Mad
we
Life.
love Mad Life, yeah. But
And
like,
you guys are going to be
yeah.
back there on June 11th.
Yes, that's right.
June 11th.
That's
Is that a?
I think it's the 12th.
yeah, June
Oh,
12th.
I mean, 12th.
Excuse me, my
Yeah,
bad. Yeah,
right.
You told me 12th. And that is what night?
It's a
You know,
Wednesday.
That's a Wednesday.
Mhm.
you
Wednesday
know?
night. And what time? You
Probably
know?
8.
Oh, wait. Okay.
8
And you
p.m.
guys, it's going to be featuring you all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I think it's
us.
a co-bill, right?
It is a co-bill.
Nice. Okay.
I'm gonna pull up the other band. I'll mention their name in a
Okay,
second.
good. Yeah. But
Yeah.
June 12th, Mad Life. And if for those of you that haven't been to Mad Life, I would suggest, and you guys can weigh in, but I
Mhm.
think it's one of the best music venues, certainly in North Fulton.
So cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, for OTP live music. It's great.
It's
Great venue.
Yeah. And that whole Woodstock area out there is just exploding.
Yes.
So they got music on the patio. They got music inside on a full stage. They
Mhm.
record.
Mhm.
They got video stuff they got going on. So
Mhm.
they got it all going on.
Yep.
We'll talk about if each one of you would kind of go around, if you would, and just talk about how you got your start. You know, what was the genesis of your getting into music?
Yeah,
How'd that come about?
You want me to kick it off?
Yeah.
I grew up playing music. My dad was a musician.
Ah.
Yeah, as long as I can remember, he was.
What kind of bands, Trevor?
He was playing in like a lot of cover band
Yeah.
kind of stuff. He did some original music that was like country rock kind of stuff back in the 70s and 80s.
Here in GA? In
Yeah,
Georgia?
South Georgia.
South Georgia?
Yeah.
Wow. So influenced by all the usual suspects in South Georgia?
Yeah, and he was friends with like the guys from Alabama. You
Oh,
know, that
interesting.
kind of side of things.
Yeah.
So as long as I can
What do you
remember.
mean, Alabama the band or Alabama like Muscle Shoals?
Yeah, Alabama the band. Yeah.
Band. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha. Still cool.
Yeah, so growing up around that, it was just kind of the thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of part of life.
Right.
Um,
Wow.
So yeah, just play with him. I started playing drums actually.
Oh, yeah.
I played on stage with him when I was 10.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think it was some CCR song.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, just
Did it
went from there.
transform and you were hooked? I mean,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
that was it.
Yeah, I was always. I can't remember not being into music. You know, I lived it.
literally come out of the womb kind of thing?
Yeah, just. I wasn't crying. I was just like, humming and shit.
Or were you beating? You were doing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Taking your spoon on the tray table.
yeah, for sure.
Wow. Cool.
But yeah, man, I just kept
But
going
how about
with
the
it.
writing? Because are you the primary writer of the group?
I come up with a lot of the like head riff, verse, chorus, melodies, and
Okay.
stuff like that. And a lot of times I'll bring that to the table,
Okay.
and then these guys sort of chew it up, spit out the bones, and we get this beautiful
Yeah.
development. You know.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
I love it. Jason, how
Let's
about
see.
you?
How did I come into it?
Yeah.
Similar to Trevor, my dad was a touring musician.
Interesting.
That he's touring, doing like Chitlin Circuit and
Yeah.
East Coast, working East Coast Entertainment. He was
Yeah.
a B3 player.
Whoa.
Same doing, party band stuff. So
You're out of ATL as well? Or Georgia?
yeah, that's right. Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah. And
ATL or South Georgia? Like
Alpharetta, actually.
Oh, no
Born and
way.
raised
Okay.
Alpharetta. Yeah. Earliest memories are listening to him play.
Wow.
And I guess, it's just in the DNA.
Okay.
And I started on woodwinds when I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So I don't know, 8, 9 years old, whatever. And moved on to several different brass instruments. Then eventually, got into guitars because guitars are awesome.
Yeah.
And then always wanted to play bass, from the get-go. But
Really?
Dad bought me a guitar instead. So did that for a while.
What drew you to the bass right from the get-go?
It's cool. It's cooler. Straight
No
up.
offense to these guitars.
Yeah, no offense to the
Cojones.
guitar
Yeah,
players,
one less
but
string.
No, it's the lowness. It's the lowness.
Yeah.
Because
you have a deep voice. You got a radio voice.
I got a bass.
Bass voice.
It's cooler.
Right?
It's cooler. But yeah,
Not that high stringy.
Right. Yeah, that's somebody else.
Live in
That's
that frequency.
Yeah. But no,
I love it.
started playing bass, and I was the only bass player.
Wow.
Like in school and stuff growing up. So I was in everybody's band,
Yeah.
and
That was an advantage
it was, yeah.
because you could move around different genres, everybody's calling.
Yeah. It was high
Because
demand.
everybody else wanted to do guitar, probably.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I swapped so that I
Smart.
could play more.
You're a smart bass player.
Yeah, right. But yeah, went to
love it.
school for music and
Yeah.
engineering and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so yeah, music.
Did you get to
was-
play with your dad on stage like Trevor?
No, did not.
Never.
No, he stopped gigging
Yeah.
before I was born.
Yeah.
So I, just be hearing him playing in the living room
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But
Wow.
but yeah, that's how I kind
I
of
love it.
got it going.
Very cool. Thank you for that.
Pass the mic.
Well,
Casey.
yeah, I learn something new every day about you.
Oh
Oh, I
About
like
both
that.
of
Well,
you,
that's
yeah.
what the vibe's about.
That's what
Casey.
it is. This is like couples.
We know Scott's got skinny ankles now. Everybody on the
yeah, it's
planet
like
knows
family
that.
therapy almost. you know?
Right.
But so unlike these guys, I've never seen my dad play. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen him touch an instrument.
Ah, okay.
So
So he's a non-musician.
he was a ball player. He was a baseball player, and I was born and bred to be a baseball player.
Wow.
And it was out of rebellion that I became a musician.
Interesting. 'Cause you just didn't, you like baseball, but
Oh yeah.
but didn't like being.
So when I was probably, I don't know, I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and the moment for me was when I heard Space Oddity, David Bowie, on the radio.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just hearing the song, but it was when the DJ
Mhm.
after the song said that was David Bowie.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was. I was only
Right.
6, but he said David Bowie. And I looked at my mom and I said, Mom, is that the guy from the Labyrinth?
Ah,
Because I was a big fan of the Labyrinth.
yeah.
And kind of connecting those two dots.
Yeah.
The guy from the Labyrinth.
Who was the drummer on that Space Oddity?
No, that's a good
Is
question.
that trivia?
Actually,
Yeah, and I shouldn't ask anything that I don't know the answer to.
we'll
And I
cut this
don't
out,
know.
Wikipedia, and then
Yeah,
and
we'll have
fill
to
it
come
in.
back to you on that, y'all.
Circle
Yeah.
back on that.
But check out David Bowie if you don't know him.
Yeah,
I gotta believe you do.
Yeah,
but
he's not
late.
bad.
Yeah.
But
So how drums then? So drums just came to you from
so I begged and begged for a drum set for
Yeah.
every birthday, every Christmas,
Right.
and never
and your
got
parents
it.
are going like, no.
No way.
Stick with that bat. Go outside.
Yeah, different story. So I actually bought my first drum set when I was 13 years old
Whoa.
for $90
Wow.
and a can of tobacco from
You
a guy I
traded?
played baseball with. Yeah,
Wow.
traded it and got his hand-me-down drum set
I love
and
it.
set it up terribly in the
Yeah.
basement and just sat down
Started.
there and played for hours every
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Wow. And gave up the bat. Took up the sticks. Kind of a little.
Cut the bat in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went, hey man, I can do.
It works.
It's better that way. Say, take this, Dad.
That's right. Yeah. As long as I
cutting
went
your
to
bat
baseball practice, I was allowed to practice
So,
drums.
and then who did you? Who did you gravitate towards as a drummer?
Well, I was
Early on at 13. Who were you?
It's funny. So I was really into back to my dad. What he called baseball music was because my family's from Southern California, so
Yeah,
it was like the Doors. And I had enough
Doors, baseball music.
baseball music. Yeah,
That's weird
the
color.
Doors and CCR.
Northern Cal, but still.
Well, yeah, but yeah, it's still. And so I really was pretty hardcore into the Doors. for
Yeah.
through elementary school.
Wow. And you're one of the, I told you this in the run-up to the show, one of the first musicians to come in and talk about Jim Morrison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's a name that just, I don't know, for whatever reason, hasn't surfaced for a long time, but I love him.
Yeah.
Follow the gym.
Yeah. So all my musical, those moments, those kind of like epiphany moments seemed like they happened in a car.
Yeah.
You know, in my mom's car, listening to when I heard Bowie.
Yeah.
There's another time I heard Primus for the first time, and that was in a car.
Driving to baseball practices.
That was when I was doing different things in high school. That I probably can't say on the radio.
No,
but
well, you can, but we'd probably have to cut it out.
That's true.
No, we could, because I'm the last DJ, man. We say what we want to say around here. That's
right.
awesome.
That's right.
Well, very cool. I thank all of you for sharing. I always find it fascinating to, see the genesis of how people get their start, which cues up, I think, the first song off of your self-titled EP, Ash's Song. And this song is dedicated to Trevor's son, Trevor, the lead singer and guitarist. And it's got a rolling tribal drum incantations before unleashing into a heavy, methodic groove that is so often characterizes squat rock. Yeah. I got to ask, and I'm going to come back and ask who writes this stuff because it's awesome.
This man.
It's Casey.
It's all Casey.
Right. The Ole Miss grad?
That's right.
Wait, say this
Ole Miss did something for me.
Right.
I guess.
Wordsmith.
Oh my gosh, he is a wordsmith. Wahid, if we could cue up Ash's song. We're going to go 3 minutes on this one because it's a little longer song.
Like the long.
The Vibe. Michael Litten, the last DJ, just having a great conversation with the fellas. Well, 3 of the 4 fellas, because the other one's working out trying to build those ankles up. 3 of the 4. Scott, you're sorry. See, now we won't be able to cut any of this out because it's too well deep into the show.
Anymore podcast.
Yeah.
We love your legs and ankles, Scott.
But that was Ash's song. So talk about, obviously written for your son, but talk about kind of the backstory beyond that, if you would, Trevor.
Yeah, it's a lot of times the way that I write about something, I'm not like thinking about a definite subject or thinking about a definite, like, I don't know, anything. It's kind of like a flow of consciousness kind of thing. And it kind of turned out to be that way. Like,
do you have a set time, or does it just come to you? Do you write it down on paper?
Yeah, it comes in like I don't know, 4 or 5 sentences at a time. Kind of deal.
It's always been that way?
Yeah, just kind of, just like, it's like a pattern of creativity just kind of hits, and I got to take it while it's there. Otherwise, it'll be gone.
And you've always been, you said when you were young, you write it down? Or
Yeah, when I was young, I'm not like the greatest lyricist. I've got these guys' help, but it's like a good foundation, And,
so Jason, when you said he had a huge vault of stuff, you're referencing back to this vault of stuff that you've had for a long, long time.
Well, that was stuff that was, just built up. And I think Casey might have mentioned that. It's just like a whole, just like ton of like riffs. And this and that and the other, Wow. But yeah, with Ash's song, the words started flowing in a way that was like, wow, this is like exactly how I feel about my son, And so we named it Ash's song. And it can really have to do with a few different things. But
that's
how it
the
turned
beautiful thing I think about music, though, is that everybody can interpret it differently. They have their own take on it. It's one of the best parts.
Yeah, the song's about you, right? Especially if you're emotional.
Yeah, bingo. It's all. And he's how old? Your son's?
He'll be 8 in April.
And then Casey, your daughter is
8.
8? Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Are they close friends?
They've met each other a time or two.
I don't let my daughter around any boys.
That's smart.
So,
especially my son.
I told Trevor to keep his grimy little son,
very smart. Wise. And musician, are they like you all? The apple not falling far from the tree?
Ash likes the drum. Ash likes to play drums. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Wow. And then how about your daughter?
I have the drums are there.
Yeah.
Music instruments are there. So if she wants to learn, she's had a few drum lessons.
Yeah.
But right now she's taken after her grandpa, and she's a little bit more. Wow. She's into softball right now. So.
Softball. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Grandpa happy.
That's right.
I'm going to get one of them into baseball.
That's right.
Skip a generation. Well, let's cue up if we could and say it. How do you say the second song? Shook?
Chook.
Let's cue up Chook, which is a song that Casey calls Black Crows on Steroids. I'm imagining that was Casey.
I think that sounds about right. Yeah.
Being tired and restless, having a hard time keeping it cool. Mind questioning everything, just a phase I'm going through. And I'm feeling the weight, I'm feeling the weight, I'm feeling the weight. Lord, I'm feeling the weight. You got me on the hook, looking for the real thing, looking for the real thing, yeah. You got me on the hook, looking for the real thing, looking for the real thing, real thing. Forgotten daydream, lost deep within me, and I'll see you again. I'll find that missing piece, and I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Lord, I'm coming for you.
You are back on Ride the Vibe. www.squawkmusic.com is where you want to go to find all information about them. June 12th, that's a Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock, Mad Life out in Woodstock. And then they have got a single coming out called The Fool, and it's going to be released, y'all, on, drum roll, Casey.
April 2nd. Just kidding. April Fool's Day.
Very clever. Who thought that up?
Actually, I think that happened by accident.
Yeah,
Did it really?
that's the
Yeah.
Cosmos.
Yeah, because we were just trying to plan like some release dates for for the Fool and for the acoustic version of the song that we just played, Ash's song.
Yeah.
And we said, hey, let's try and stagger them and put them a month apart. And we got our Ash's song acoustic in just in time to release it on March 1st, a couple of weeks ago. And we were like, okay, so let's make the other one April 1st. And I think it was like 2 hours later, we were like, the Fool on April Fool's.
Hello.
Whoa. Like, that just happened.
Jim Morrison's going, yeah, man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Now you're channeling me. Now you got it.
Yeah. So it was a happy accident.
I love it. Very cool.
Pretty neat.
So that kind of cues up, if you will, pardon the pun, but how do you, in this marketplace, which has got to be so tough for y'all, God bless you, how do you decide single, EP, album, combination?
The way it's been, so we started taking this a little more seriously the past like 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always been into it, but the past 6 months.
Taking Squawk as, hey, we can advance this.
Yeah. Thinking like, okay, we want to take this a little further. Like, what do we have to do? You know, so we've been learning a lot. Jason was like pretty hip to a lot of this information as it was, but it seems that nowadays, like releasing an album might be a little bit of a waste.
Yeah.
When you can cut it up into pieces and you got more media. That's like the name of the game. It's just more media. So yeah, that's how we kind of got our single game plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then will that then convert into, for folks like myself who are very old school and like the album,
yes.
Will it then convert into?
Right.
Correct.
So kind of embracing the genius of the and rather than the tyranny of the or, embracing both.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think makes sense. Jason, is that
what
well, your marketing music?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, the
the
industry's changed so much. Like, I'm the same, and I think all of us are. Like back before digital, streaming and all that kind of stuff. When you used to go buy the album, like it was an immersive experience.
Yes,
and
reading the liner. I mean, it's like fascinating.
Yeah, and it was like you made a day of it.
Front to back.
Yeah, and it was
whole
like
thing.
a discovery.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
if you had bad weed, you could clean your weed with it. Double albums,
and you used to, just be able to absorb the music so much more. And nowadays, with all of the, streaming services and whatnot, where everything's available to you, and I think it, it just oversaturates the marketplace and makes it hard to discover stuff, because there's not really any radio stations anymore. It's all just commercials now. But it's gone from putting out, an album a year to putting out a single, every like month or two, because you have to maintain some momentum and which we don't like it. Like, we're figuring it all out because we have to.
Yeah.
But we're old school too. We want to just do records. But
it's kind of like a inch deep and a mile wide. Right?
That's right.
So you get the single, but then you don't know anything about it. Who's on it? Where was it recorded? What was the genesis?
Yeah.
What's the backstory? All that stuff we would get.
Yeah. Like you can't even, you can't even download the liner notes anymore.
No, correct.
You used to be able to. Yeah, there aren't any.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It kind of feels like this is something that it's more that like new bands have to go through. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like how else are we supposed to be introduced to people? But like once you get sort of established, seems like it might kind of go back to like, well, you just have people organically buying albums,
right?
Doing all the stuff we used to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I understand from some guests that have been on recently, a couple have reinforced this, that actual album sales are outpacing CDs, which when I heard that, I was like blown away. So it says to me that there's kind of a generation now that's circled back to that experience of the
like vinyl.
album.
You mean?
Yeah, vinyl. Yes, an actual vinyl album.
And I think I heard cassettes are kind of coming back to a little bit,
and
too.
that surprised me.
Yeah,
because I got like 300 cassettes because I would get albums from all my friends record, and they're all trash because the sound quality is degraded.
Yeah.
Well, we need to hear a little geeky funky.
Geeky funky. This is a song that Jason he had tracked it with a buddy of his.
Oh, me and an old drummer friend of mine. It was just a drums and bass song.
Yeah.
And me and him recorded it, just the two of us, I don't know, back in like 2007, 2006 or something like that, just for fun. And we
fit with these cats.
we knocked the dust off of it and turned it into something totally different. Well, not even really totally different, just put a spin on it, put a new spin on it, and made a new song out of it.
Yeah, we have like a pool where we put all our ideas and stuff. And so in the early days of the band, we were getting to everything was so fresh because we had just met.
Yeah.
And me and Casey heard this and we were like, we got to use this.
That one. Yeah. So collaborative, very collaborative. Well, and Casey says of it, it's an irreverent south of the Mason-Dixon line homage to funk, fusion, freakiness.
Mm.
Whoa, dude.
Get your napkins.
Get the alliteration going. We need a couple more. Jim Morrison. Geeky funky. If we could, Wahid, queuing it up. Is Geeky Funky off the squawkmusic.com EP that you can get there. And then look for The Fool, which is going to be a single that's released on April 1st. And then definitely want to go out and see him live because I can tell you from experience, and it's a great venue, Mad Life, and they put on a fantastic show. And it will be, when I saw y'all, it was just 3 songs, I think.
It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
But it was very limiting, and then we wanted more. So the June 12th will be, you're going to get like, how long?
Hour and a half, probably?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, hour and a half at least.
Love it.
Hey, a fun fact about Geeky Funky.
Yes.
So we have the main drum track, and then Casey has this thing that's called a trash kit. There was a whole nother layer. If you listen, it's a drum kit made out of like trashy like pots and
trash.
Yeah, scrap metal and stuff.
I saw that in the bio. It talks about. I wondered what the heck that was. In the bio, it talks about him as a trash kit connoisseur.
Yeah,
did you write that, Casey?
I guess I did. Yeah.
Because connoisseur Casey, it kind of fits.
Yeah.
Trash kit. So what's in this trash kit? Talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The kick drum is literally a trash can.
Yeah, it's a
Trash
30 gallon aluminum trash bin. Yeah. So that's the kick drum, and then it fluctuates. You know, sometimes it's good to just kind of go to the dump and see what you can find.
Yeah.
Or go to the department, go to Home Depot and see what
kind of sound it makes.
Start banging on some
Is that
stuff.
the one you give your daughter? Let your daughter play? Don't let her use your good kit. Dude.
The trash kit's a little dangerous. It's got some sharp edges.
Oh, it does. Ooh.
Use at your own risk.
It's like a washing machine drum in there.
Oh man!
Piece of it,
yeah. Somebody gifted me this antique. It looks like a bell.
Yeah.
Like a big antique bell, but it was a piece of some industrial old school washing machine.
Yeah,
and you can play with a mallet, and just has
Makes a killer sound.
It's a really got a cool sound, but your traditional pots and pans and.
So we got a new marketing niche I'm picking up here on Ride the Vibe. If y'all out there, you contact me. If you have any trash that you want to get rid of, I'll hook you up with Casey.
Right.
You got to deliver it to his house.
I'll recycle it.
Yeah. He'll put it into his trash kit, and you'll get a little bit of credit.
It's called rubbish percussion.
And I won't take any money from it. Well, y'all, I sometimes ask this question, but you seem like a willing group. If you were putting together a 3-piece band of any musician, living or dead, who would it be? And you can answer now, or we could play El Hongo Rojo. Did I get that right?
That's right.
And then come back and answer it. Either way, you guys can decide.
We can do it. You want to do it now?
Or it's one. You can make up your own rules too.
I'm not going first.
Okay.
You already got your bass
You know what?
player.
I'll just think of it as I talk about it.
Look, Trevor's going to do it.
Okay.
He already knows his bass player.
Yeah, we got Tony Levin on bass.
And describe for those who may not know.
Okay, Tony Levin, he played bass with King Crimson.
So if you don't know King Crimson, what album would you point him to? Court of the
Court of the Crimson King is a classic
good place
for sure.
To start. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just start there.
Good. All right, we'll start there, y'all.
Yeah,
so
let's
got
see.
Him on bass.
Probably do Terry Bozzio from the mid 70s Zappa era.
Hence the soul patch.
Soul patch.
The soul patch reference, and you all have to figure out what that. Well, you know what a soul patch is, but you'll have to go back. Frank Zappa, very, I think, underrated. Would you all agree?
Extremely.
Yeah, he was something else for sure. Yeah.
So you'd have his
drummer Terry Bozzio from the mid 70s.
Mothers of Invention, was it that?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he was just like shredding back then.
Mm-hmm.
God. Okay. And the guitar player.
Yeah. It's tough for you as a guitar.
The guitar player. It's got to be somebody. It might be who's the guitar player from Yes, Chris?
Steve Howe.
Steve Howe. Yeah,
wow.
We'll go with Steve Howe.
Wow.
This is going to be an instrumental band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Howe, because Steve Howe was like such a like the way he played was so organic.
Yeah.
Like you could just tell that something was flowing through him when he played. You know what I mean? It wasn't robotic at all. And a lot of people don't like him because they say he's sloppy. But it doesn't matter if he's sloppy because he was portraying something beautiful.
And you described, I think we were off air, but you described kind of a seminal moment for you in the car.
Yes.
Listening to Roundabout.
Yeah, I was coming home with my dad. It was like nighttime, pulling up in the Astra van. I was like, we were on our road, in the neighborhood, about to pull in.
And
Roundabout. Boom.
And you remember where you were, too.
Dude, I can see it now. Yeah, I remember the harmonics. Boom,
so great guitar choice.
Yeah, right.
So there we go. You got one down. Now we can come back to y'all. We don't have to put you on the spot now.
Yeah, I got mine.
Oh, you got it? All right, easy. Casey, go.
It's easy. So I start with Flea on bass.
Okay. Flea from, just for those that
from Chili Peppers.
Chili Peppers, yes. Stadium Arcadia. Classic.
I'm going to do Tom Morello on guitar.
What's he say? What's it got on his guitar? What's his? It says some Rage Against the Machine. Has it got that written on his?
Probably.
You probably got one of those. Yeah.
Whatever. It's probably a political thing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
It's like this machine kills fascists. Or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. I think maybe.
My drummer's going to be Carter Beauford from the Dave Matthews Band.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's not my 3-piece because they're going to have 2 special guests.
Oh, look at you.
Yes,
Good. I like
2
Casey.
special guests.
I could see he was a rule breaker right out of the gate.
On keys, we're going to have Nina Simone.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, on electric keys, not a piano. We're going to give her some electricity now.
Yeah. Very good.
And
she going to sing for you too?
She's going to background vocals.
Okay. All right.
Because David Bowie's our lead singer.
Oh, look at you. All the way back to your seminal moment.
Full circle.
Yeah, coming full circle with
That's right.
With Ziggy
Space Oddity.
Space Oddity.
That's right.
I love it. Very good.
Yeah.
Very clever, you guys.
It was nice.
I can see why he's the English major.
Yeah.
Jason,
And
want to
pass
come
the ball
back?
to
or-
Jason.
No, I'll try and spit one out.
No, you
I
don't
guess
have to.
let's see. On drums, I think I'd go Chris Myers from Humphreys McGee.
Yeah.
Total freak show.
Yeah.
Super syncopated, fast.
I love it.
Intricate.
So if you don't know Humphreys McGee, definitely want to check them out.
Definitely
as well.
want to check those guys out. Let's see. On bass, probably Mike Gordon from
I knew it.
Fish.
Oh, look at it. And you picked it?
I was waiting for him to say Mike
money?
Gordon. Yeah,
You
yeah.
would have had money.
Yeah,
Okay.
big
Yeah.
inspiration.
I thought you were going to say yourself.
Yeah.
Play with Chris
Well,
Myers.
that's not fair.
You could, though. I've not had anyone do that yet, though.
Then I'm on base.
Nice.
That just changed my whole outlook on it.
Sorry, Mike Gordon. You're out.
Yeah, sorry,
He
Mike.
just got
Love
fired.
you, Mike.
He's
but-
better anyway.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that. Let's
Just
see.
kidding, Mike.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
kidding,
we're
brother.
just
Okay, well,
we love you.
If Mike is out,
Yeah.
then Trey from Fish is in on
Okay.
guitar.
On guitar. Okay.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just because Trey is Trey.
And
So-
you want to play with him.
well, yeah, because I'm in the band now, and I want to play with Chris Myers too.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Let's
Are you
see.
going to have any guests, or are you going to just stick with the three?
I think I want to stay power trio.
Okay. Good.
And with a vocalist,
Okay.
Jim Morrison.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I'd see that band.
Yeah. That would be a space cadet band. It would be really
Wow.
cool.
I
Can I-
love.
Can,
Yes.
I, can I add a vocalist?
Yes, of course.
I'm adding. That was nice, by the way, Jason.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
too. Yeah, very cool.
Okay, so the band is going to be a soft melodic band, okay, playing-
Salt was salt.
like soft.
Oh, soft.
Yeah,
Not
but you
soft.
will be
An
assaulted.
assault melodic.
He said salt. That's the Cathead, y'all. Thank you, Cathead. And we love you.
Yeah. So the singer, it's gonna be beautiful music.
Yeah.
Whimsical, melodic.
Yeah.
And the singer,
Yeah.
Alison Krauss.
Oh, wow. Love it.
Yes.
Yeah. But she got that kind of bluegrassy
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
But she got a great voice.
Oh my God, she sings like
Yeah.
an angel.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it. Very clever, you all. Good stuff.
All right.
Not that the last DJ's grading you, but
But he is.
because you can say what you want to say. So we need to queue up. We're almost running out of time here because we just had a great conversation. But we're going to hear El Hongo Rojo.
Yeah,
Did I
that's
get that
right. That's
even
right.
close?
Yeah, it means the red mushroom.
The red
The
mushroom.
red mushroom. Yeah. Yeah.
Really? The red mushroom?
Yeah,
I've
it's-
done a lot of mushrooms, not any red ones.
Yeah. Yeah. It's notoriously
No, you haven't
difficult
lived.
to
So
experience.
you've done the red mushroom?
That's right.
Oh, interesting.
Have
I got
you?
to talk more about that offline.
Flag air?
For you kids out there, don't listen. Which immediately washes the listener in colors of the desert. Oh, that makes sense. Before conjuring, yes, of course, the Doors' garage-tinged Latin acid beside King Crimson's disciplined era prog. Wow. We're going to have to come back and
Skeletons are coming out of the closet.
explain all that, but we've tied it all back together. So why, if we could cue that up, the red mushroom.
Some thoughts play havoc on us, like how time is eating everything up, turning it back to dust. You better get a picture of it before you miss it. Light as a feather I've become. The color in the back of the room reminds me of home. The angels show it to me when I need it. To myself I've learned to listen. It's harder than it sounds, but it's bound to be at first. Out of the clouds and into the dirt. Cracking sky, blacker than a black in your eye. There's a break in the blue, calling you through.
You are back on Ride the Vibe. Michael Litten, the last DJ, now tripping out on a red mushroom. So anything I say beyond this point, you can discount. No, actually, that's not true. It's Cathead vodka. Out of our friends in Mississippi. where Mr. Casey went to school and learned his literary chops, if you will. Killer song. Talk about that.
Yeah, this song is just sort of like about a spiritual journey, I guess, which most things are related to some sort of metaphysical experience. Yeah. So a lot of the references are just like weird clusters of ideas.
You a Carlos Castaneda fan? Did you read?
No, I don't know much about it. Yeah, I know the name. That's about it. But yeah,
the desert reference with Jim Morrison and the Joshua Tree and the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's all Casey.
That's Casey. Comes from Casey. So you guys touched on it a little bit, but talk about flush it out a little bit more. The collaborative process. You put everything into a pot, and then what happens? After that. Yeah, we put everything in a pot.
For example, I'll come up with a verse and a chorus, and I'll send it out. Hey, what do y'all think of this?
Yeah.
And if I'm lucky, they go, we like it. And if I'm not lucky, they just don't say anything.
Yeah.
So
silence means
I don't never
silence
go,
is not accepted.
Yeah, I never go. So did you listen to that? Because I just
know they did.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah, I do say that. I actually go, did you listen to it? Yeah, that's not what he meant. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Yeah, we basically like
collaborative process.
Yeah,
like you said, we have a pool, and whether it's sometimes we'll put ourselves to a challenge or whatnot, and make ourselves just put stuff in the pool, no matter if it's good, if it sucks, if it's a minute, if it's 2 bars, just
it could
put
be
ideas.
It could be anything too. It could be bass track, drum track, guitar riff.
Yeah,
and then so in the middle of writing something, in the middle of writing, playing with a verse and a chorus, somebody might be like, "Hey, what about this nugget from the drive?"
Yeah,
and it's like, "Oh yeah, that is cool."
Yeah, so we just kind of they end up being little puzzle pieces that but sometimes they more flow all. At least start with like an A section and a B section and are kind of collaboratively written together, like in person.
Yeah.
As far as like
so
song
very
structure.
Collaborative though, because you guys have been together forever, and then you have a very symbiotic relationship. It seems like
for sure.
And then where do you record or rehearse on a particular day? Is that
every Tuesday evening?
Oh, every Tuesday.
Tuesdays is Squawk Day.
Okay.
Yeah, we do that at Jason's beautiful studio, the Brickyard.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So then you take your ideas and then flush them out a little bit more.
Oh, we flush them out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. We just put them through the ringer. Sometimes we've worked on a song for a year and just been so like aggravated at it. We'll drop it,
put it away.
Yeah, and then later on it'll resurface and it kind of just falls together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a lot. I mean, if you listen to the music, it's very detail oriented.
Yes.
A lot of composition, a lot of
just
takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the one and done songwriting.
Like, she loves you.
Style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we no.
Yeah.
Like we'll be working on stuff, and then the next week, for example, Casey will show up, and he's just like sitting there, just like looking down, and it's like, okay, what you got, Casey?
Yeah.
And it might be something that changes the whole song.
Wow.
It might be a rhythmic change. It might be turn into a swing or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's very stays in a constant state of moldability. Yeah.
Right.
So we've got the Mad Life show on the 12th of June, which is a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Then The Fool being released on April 1st as a single. The Bum Bum is already out. So what is next as it relates to, an album? You're going to put all these singles together. What will it look like, and when can folks kind of expect it? And they should be looking at squawkmusic.com to find anything.
Right.
But
correct.
Yeah.
What would it be, do you think?
What we've discussed is we're releasing these singles.
Yep.
It's just sort of a strategy.
Yep.
Just because modern day strategy,
the way it
whatever,
is.
social media thing.
Right.
But it's really, the idea is the songs are kind of in an order, and it will be in a catalog at the end that you will call an album. So say in 2 years from now, people that are listening to our stuff, they'll be able to go back and it's like, oh, they have 3 albums or whatever. It'll sort of build itself that way.
And are you going to do it on a CD or are you going to do vinyl, you think? Or are you not
We'll
sure
probably
yet?
do all that.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, we'll definitely do CDs for, even though nobody even really buys CDs anymore, and they don't.
I do.
I do.
Jason.
That's how you support the bands.
Correct.
See, people say that people don't buy CDs anymore, but I don't know if that's true. I think I'll bet 60 to 70% of people still buy CDs. Because everybody I talked to is like, yeah, I still listen to CDs.
No, I loved it when whoever was at your merch table at the Mad Life show, said, "Oh man, take this CD." I was like, "Whoa, dude, yeah."
Yeah.
And then thanks to you guys, I was really pleasantly surprised that you circled back around and took us up on the offer to join Wahid in the DRS ATL studio right here in Roswell, Georgia.
Michael, we're glad to be here, man.
Oh, man, absolutely. Has to have you all. And we can't, again, thank Cathead enough because they support live music. And that's, as Neil Young said, live music is better. So June 12th, Mad Life, absolutely go out and check out Squawk Music and look at them. Look them up on squawkmusic.com. Parting comments from Casey? Any thoughts, comments? Wax poetic.
Oh, man.
I know I put him on the spot because, I figured he could.
Well, if you're listening, thanks for listening. And if you didn't listen, then, I can say whatever I want to you. But I'm not going to say it anyways because,
This one goes out to all of those that aren't listening right now.
That's right.
Yeah, I can feel it.
The gem.
Yeah.
Jason, anything you want to add?
No. I guess just to everybody who tuned in and checked out the podcast, thanks for listening. Hope you head over to squawkmusic.com and stay in touch with the band so you can know what's happening and listen to new music and see some videos and come see some shows.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Trevor?
I would say that if there's somebody out there interested in Squawk, if they hear something they like, go dig around in the catalog. Because it's like there's a lot of different. Every song is like very different.
Right.
If you hear a little bit of Squawk and you don't like it, still go dig around because every song is different.
Yeah.
And everything that we're releasing is transforming so much that it's going to sound different too.
Yeah.
But obviously, still very Squawky.
And I have just one other question: is it Squawk with an exclamation mark? Because I've seen it.
Only if you're saying it really loud.
Okay.
That's right.
Only if you're squawking.
Yeah.
Loud.
Literally.
Squawk talking.
That's right.
That's right.
We're out of here. Michael Litten, the last DJ, host of Ride the Vibe. Thank you all. Bye-bye.